Hey friends, we just came back from Disneyland this evening and I'm getting ready to prep for a whole day tomorrow in the parks. We're planning to park hop, we're planning to have lightning lanes, we're planning to go back for paint the night. So I have to get a lot of things ready. So let's take a look at everything I do to get ready for a full day at the parks with my family of 4, including my 2 little ones. If you guys are new here, my name's Corina. I'm a wife and mama to 2 kiddos. They are 4 and 7. And our family loves bringing you guys along to the magic with us to Disneyland. So let's get started. All right, friends, the first thing I always do when we get home from the parks, back to the hotel room, is set everything up to charge. So I have my portable charger. This is my go-to Old Faithful portable charger, so she takes a while to charge. So as soon as we get in the room, I put her on, and usually she has to go through the night, so it's the last thing I pull off before we go to the parks in the morning. I also did our fans. They are done charging because the light is off now, so I can go ahead and put those in our bag. Another thing I do is lay out our outfits for the following day. So I have them on the bed right now, and then I went ahead and sprayed them with our Downy wrinkle releaser. So I will spray them down, shake them out, and then I set them on a chair, kind of stacked up on each other so they stay nice and wrinkle free. Hi, Ella. This is really helpful, and honestly, it makes our clothes smell really fresh, and it takes the wrinkles out, so I love that. If I'm not using hangers, these things are not hung, if I'm hanging our things that trip, I will hang them up as soon as we get to the hotel room, on arrival day, and then I spray them down at that point, so I don't have to do this usually, but if things are hung, then I will slide everything over that we're wearing for that next park day, so it's in the front of the closet. So this is what I'm doing for this trip, is spraying and then laying on a chair. And then let me show you our getting ready station, which is right over here. Okay guys, so here's our little getting ready station. So I have hair accessories that Ella and I will use. So I've got my ears, her little ears. I have my fanny pack. I do have this for my camera because I need to make sure my camera is fully charged for tomorrow. It has a fresh SD card and everything, so I leave this out so that it reminds me to grab my camera before we leave and put it in my fanny. And then also have our magic bands, mine and the kids. Hubby's is over on the other side in his little area. These usually just go into my fanny pack, except I wear mine. The kids don't use them a ton, but tomorrow we're gonna do lightning lanes, so they will need them. I also put out my jewelry that I'm gonna wear. And I also am putting out, this is a new addition to my routine, is I put out my glitters that I want to do for the next day, because this can take me a while to choose in the morning if I don't do it ahead of time. So tomorrow I'm going to do these cute little pink Mickeys with the Evil Queen, which is purple and red and has little crowns in there. It's so pretty. Let me show you guys. And it has some black as well. It's really, really pretty. So I'm going to layer those.
Hi.
Hi. Are you excited to go to the parks tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm not excited to go and ride more 152 rides.
Okay. All right. And then I also took out some medication. So Elias has eczema, so we use his eczema medicine in the morning. And he's also been having some allergies, so I make sure to give him a dose of this. And then the other thing I do is prep our park bag and snacks. So I love to bring in some snacks for us, also some sodas. We also like to prep our waters and then get our park bag all set. I also am gonna refill bubbles. So I have a bunch of, it's so dark over here in this corner. So I've got our extra bubble solution, so I will go ahead and fill those up now. I just filled up the kids' snack towers, so let me show you guys those as well. Shh, mamas, let's stop yelling, okay? It's gonna be bedtime. Okay. Yeah. All right, so here's our cooler bag on the side of the stroller. It's so hard to see right now because it's dark, but that's our cooler bag. And then I have the kids' bubble ones. So I'm going to refill those. So I did fill up the kids' snack tower. So this is Ella's. We also have a plethora of snacks. I always like to get some chips. So I will put a couple of these bags in the cooler bag. It's a cooler bag, but I don't really use it for cold things. I just use it to store all of our snacks, honestly. And it's in a place where it's not going to get crushed. So I like it on the side of the stroller. So I've got chips, I've got veggie sticks. I have one of these in the bag already. I also have these canisters, which are really great. I've loved these for our travel days, especially if you're flying. This is so great because you can stick this on the side of your kid's bag, like in the extra cup pocket or whatever. And then they have a snack for the plane. And I really like it, honestly. I like that they're small also, so it's easy for little hands. It's also great if you need to fill snack towers. So if you don't want to give one kid like a whole canister, you can split this between lots of family members and put a couple in, you know, their little snack tower. So we have a few canisters of chips. Here's our like stash of snacks for this trip. Also have some extra wet ones that we use. So all that stuff. And then in the fridge, what I do is we have our sodas, waters, Uncrustables. I also put some M&Ms in here since I left them in the car. And then my cooler bag. So what I like to do is set my cooler bag up the night before and then just leave it in the fridge. So I will put a few sodas in there and a couple of sandwiches probably. The sandwiches are really great. My husband and I tend to grab these during the day because it's a great little like filler snack in between meals. So I love having that. So I'm going to put some sodas in here. We do usually a couple of like adult sodas, a couple of kiddo sodas, and then everyone is pretty well set for the day. This is probably my biggest like money saving hack is sodas into the parks, because waters you can get for free, ice you can get for free from the quick service places or anything like that. Sodas, however, are like $5 to $6 per soda. So it's always nice to get a couple cases of sodas once you get to your destination and then just use those. Like I got 3 cases of soda, so I did Coke, Sprite, and Fanta orange, and I think it was 3 cases for maybe $18, maybe $16, something like that. It was like in the teens somewhere, like $15 to $18 for 3 cases of sodas, which is 36 sodas, right? So you do the math there. It's quite a big savings. So, you know, 4 sodas for us at lunch is $20 without bringing our own. So what I did today, we went ahead and brought in our own sodas, and I just asked for cups of ice at the quick service counter, and they're more than happy to give you cups, and you can get ice, get water, you can use the ice for your soda, whatever you need to do, but really, really efficient. We also like to split a soda between our kids so they don't need their own soda. They can just share one can, and that usually works really well. So that is what we do, and that is one part of prep for me the night before our park days. Clothes are all set up. One thing I forgot to mention is waters. So typically when we're at Worldmark, we have a full-size fridge so we can fill up our waters before, like the night before, and stick them in there. Our fridge is not that big here, so I think we'll wait until the morning to fill them up, but we do have our waters in the refrigerator, so the waters themselves, like the bottled waters, will be nice and cool. They just won't be in the bottles themselves. So that's everything. And all that's left to do is set an alarm and get in bed. So that is what I do to get set up the night before our day at Disney. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you soon, friends.